Hey guys, I present you 10 games for toddlers. These are 10 games I played with my own 3-year-old boy. He had much fun with them and he was capable of playing them. Mickey's Safari and Little Land for the NES might be the best way to get a small child into gaming. It's easy as hell. In normal mode you only need one button to play this. You walk to the right and Mickey Mouse does all the stuff. He jumps over barricades, he jumps over the animals, he automatically catches the letters, so it's very easy to play. The kid does not get frustrated. He has fun because it's Mickey Mouse himself. Goofy gives him some letters at the end of each level, so he's learning the alphabet too. This is great and fun stuff, easy to do. If your kid gets better at playing, you can adjust the difficulty, so your kid has to press one button to jump and one button to catch the letters. Next on the list is Excitebike for the NES. It's an easy game, you only need to push the gas button and you will reach the finish line. The bike will jump, it may fall over some time, but you always reach the finish line, so there's no frustration. Later you can teach a kid how to change the lane and how to avoid puddles. There is also an Excitebike versus game where you can play against each other. The next game, Super Dodgeball for the NES, is a bit more difficult because you need to move your character and you need to push the button for throwing the ball. But at first you don't need to teach a kid how to pass the ball. You can always use the one button to catch your opponent with a ball. It is much fun for a kid to throw a ball in the opponent's face. The players are looking very funny when they get hit. You can take as long time as you need to go to the ball, get it up, throw it, so there's no time pressure and it's easy to learn the game. And it is fun even for beginners. It's time to meet Mickey Mouse again, this time on the SNES with Mickey's Playtown Adventure. In this game you can explore Mickey's house, the houses of his friends, the town that Mickey lives in. You need to find some things, you need to accomplish some tasks. There are many little details you can explore. Smaller children may need some help with the tasks, because it's not always that easy to complete a challenge. But it's a great, lovely, colorful game to play with your child and to have fun together. Bubble Bobble is a game that you can play on many different systems. As a child I played it on the C64 and now I play it with my son on the NES. It's not as easy as it looks to play it when you are a child, so maybe you need to use cheats and make the dragons invincible. The levels of this game are rather short, so it's easy to complete them and it's fulfilling for a child to complete them and it's not frustrating. Another classic game, Kirby Streamline 3, is a perfect game to play with your toddler. It's so much fun for a child to suck the opponents in, to fly over the opponents, to spit them out. It's a rather colorful and joyful game. It's one of the games that even the parents can play and still have fun because of the level design, because of the gameplay. It's a great classic game for everyone. The next game is the first competitive game in this list, Hungry Dinosaurs. You play as a little dinosaur and you have to lay as much eggs in your color as you can in the time of one round. You also can eat the eggs of the competition. And with some tricks you can color the eggs of the competition in your color. It's easy to play, easy to control, but it needs some strategics to win the game. Here's a little disclaimer, the next games are fighting games, and I know these are not for everyone and these may not be for your child. These games are easy to play, easy to handle, so I put them on the list, but it's your decision what you make of it. The various Turtles games I played as a child and I really love to play them with my own son today. They are easy to handle because at first you just need to walk and to punch. You don't need to jump. Later you can jump and become a little bit better in the controls. The game is not really easy, so if you play with real small children, I would use cheats to make the turtles invincible. Many kids know the turtles and like the turtles, so it's not hard to convince them to play this game with you. In the same direction as the Turtles games goes Spider-Man Separation Anxiety. It's a co-op brawler where you can beat up your opponents and just walk right. There are way more options than in the Turtles games to beat up your opponents. You can throw them, you can put them into spiderweb. So the gameplay is better, but the game is very difficult, so you may need cheat codes if you play it with a small child. You sometimes need to use the swing button to swing with the web over some obstacles, so it's not as easy as the Turtles game for beginners. But if you got a kid whose mind that really loves Spider-Man and all the other superheroes, then this game is a perfect start. The next game is Clay Fighters for the SNES. It's like Street Fighter, but you play with clay figures, so it's very kid-friendly to see. There's no blood, there's no real people that hurting each other, only clay that is deformed in many ways. There are funny figures that you can play. It's easy to play. You just, for starters, need the punch button to win a game if your parents let you win. It may not be a long fun such as the Turtles games, but it definitely is fun. On behalf of all the other one-on-one fighting games, I put Street Fighter 2 in this list for the SNES. There also is Turtles, Tournament, Fighters and other games. Some are more graphic, some are nicer for kids, but they all are easy to play for starters. I hope you will have fun with your kids playing some of these games, and if you have some other recommendations, put it in the comments.